All right, a very good evening and welcome to Politics and the People, where they come to you from Liberty Online Television. This is the second edition for this year, and for me guest them, I want to say Happy New Year to them because I'm a second guest them for this year. The program they come to you every Tuesday, 8 o'clock, where it can begin and end with the end at your own time when we feel say we satisfy, but the past 2 hours. The program schedule around 1 hour 30 minutes to 2 hours. My name is Alex Lawrence Koma. They say a very good evening to you. We watch you this evening. Like always, we also for discuss politics, and this evening we look at President Bill 2025, and of course the plans for 2026. We all know President Bill talk that the new year say this year na year of delivery, and as today engage some ministers them we are part of that agenda they foresee how best they go deliver for the people. This year the president promised say they want for like make the citizen and feel the presidency and the SLPP government. So like a year of performance. So not get Boku people and they go talk about that, but the most important possible talk about that from the office of the president and the director of communication at State House, Hon Myk Brewa. Very good evening to you, sir.
Good evening, Liberty. Good evening, Alex.
All right. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year. Good evening, Honorable. Happy New Year.
All right. Yes. From the opposition point of view, a member of parliament, a seasoned member of parliament, where they take up issues of national development and then they question the government. So, look around again. One of the most suitable voice for bring this evening for talk about this and give a better assessment. Now, Honorable Abdul Karim Kamara, very good evening to you, sir.
Oh, thank you very much.
Apologies of fly, sir. Honorable Abdul Karim Kamara. I get. You don't even know. I get correction.
Na me wef pick am up.
Okay.
Send it to me. So
I get Boku people they send and to me now the correct.
it's me na Koromana not tell them.
One take you na the Koroma family until we'll draw back Myk Brewa. But anyways, we had this evening for discuss politics, development, and governance. And the right people in this will get because the honorable go for tell we lost their more personal parliament. Even they in the interest of the country, even they against the country interest, or if they not they get any benefit to the country. Myk again then also for tell we as the man who directs communication at State House, waiting na the thing way happen in 2025 and waiting me you as ordinary citizen they hope for in 2026. As 2027 they come. We remember now for they go into deep politics. Once again, very good evening to you, Myk. Let me start with the question. Waiting happen in 2026 under the leadership of President Julius Maada.
2025, right?
2025 under the leadership of President Julius Maada.
It's Boku goodies. But we'll start on the premise of one thing we really glad for. Peace and security. 2025.
Okay.
We notice this 2025 be really stable in terms of peace. See during 2023, 2024, Mami they're not able to send them picking in a school, the one for overthrow, Kuskas they happen here. So German and full up the street. So 2025, we notice that no be there. And not to be like the other Christmas, we curfew be there, too much security tension, we see how the festive season be there. So, I mean, we all celebrate that. So thank to the security sector, thank to governance structures, thank to the people of Sierra Leone, and thank to it's all opposition. Members them also, we also uphold the peace. Apart from that, I just want to narrow them to we big 5 changes because now the social contracts that we president sign with the people of this country. Yeah? We in 2023, we talk about 5 big changes then. We narrowed to Fit Saloon, Human Capital Development, Public Service Architecture, Tech and Innovation, and Youth Employment. So on that, Eboku, I hope so you go just give me time that I just run down. If we start with Fit Saloon first as a whole, we now a flagship program. What happened 2025? 2025, we see say rice production go to like 8%. That's very evident. We see how international partners them. We see how authoritative institutions, them tweet then talk about them. We also see say rice import reduce. What I mean by that, the way will be the import rice now this country reduce 2025. We even see the World Food Program where they be the support the school feeding programs across this country. We see what they announce say then be the import 90% of the feeds and more than be the supply and feed picking in a school. Then see that drop down to 60%. That is a 20% I column, 30% reduction. We see a decline in rice prices, even though we need for let them go down more, but some bit of reduction in rice prices. Yeah. We see them. That need for go down more. We also see say resilience on what? On other commodities like vegetable oil. We see how we export vegetable oil now come on at this country, so that's also a growth. We see say we cultivate and added to 9,000 hectares of cocoa, which is also a good thing. 2025, when you come to feed salon, we also see say through this CADEP project, we construct a lot of feeder roads. Then we construct a lot of bridges for waiting for link farmers and markets. Then we see them across this nation, bridges. We see them across this nation. Farms them we don't construct. We still need to do more. Then when you take a look at human capital development, we're number 2 of the big 5 changes. What we do in 2025, we did a lot. We see how with school enrollment and retention completion rate we rose significantly. What I mean by that, picking them we stay in school, picking them we enroll in school, we get access to education across this country. We see it rose. That's the greatest investment we will ever do in this country. We will make sure, because we know say this country, President Bio believes say, for let country go before, it has to do with how educated the people are. We see the strides will make 2025. In that, we also look at how we build over 1,500 classrooms across this country. Yeah, we also see how we train over 20,000 teachers them on one learning outcomes. Because one of the things that we notice in this country was teachers them. We get a lot of UU teachers them on training and qualified teachers. Teaching not to anything where you just grab, you go do. Or they find out that people they come out college and not get work, not teaching no more than they go do. But they were not really qualified teachers, because you get for teach somebody classroom methodology, you get for teach person about behavior, how students say behavior. So it's a whole different thing. So we see how we train teachers across this country with that. We see how more girls than they complete school, 2025. Yeah, with the STEM programs, more girls than they do engineering, mathematics, science. We see how they complete school. You see the report from the UNESCO report where we say we get about 98% of completion rate of school scale picking away they go school. With the first lady program, we see how staggering records of early pregnancy don't reduce in this country. We'll not say it don't done, but high be day, not this way again. 2025, we don't see how more doctors that don't graduate from commerce. Trade back, you find out say only 40 doctors annually they graduate. That don't double. We don't see how then they do a lot of postgraduate trainings across this country. Trading in Nigeria, then they go, we send in other countries. Now we don't begin training with young doctors then I. This 2025, we see how we add the workforce of healthcare workers them up to 14,000. And recently, as I tell you, so we open a portal where they add this 2026 no more, 3,000 more. They don't just close that and they do the reshuffling and processing they go on. So that was a good takeaway. 2025, what we'll do, we'll see how we continue to deploy solar grids them, standalone solar grids them across this country. We'll see the peripheral health units, the rural medical centers them across this country. How we don't put solar systems and they for maintain vaccine, for maintain cold chain, for make sure the deliveries happen on net. 2025, over 12 hospitals, they want to referral district hospitals they now get a standalone solar system. So you get 24-hour lights with the day. You see Connaught, how put electricity there and get 24 hours lights now. You see the modern mortuary, we'll do 2025. You see the hospitals, they will build the PIH, will build Nakono, the Maternal Center of Excellence, one of the best across this country, across the sub-region. You see the Pediatric Center of Excellence, Mother Bill Pediatric Center of Excellence, I call them. Now, Lumley will build. You also see the BEMOC facility will build na Jujima, the one will build na Mongo, the obstetric centers, the more they build across this country. So 2025 was really, really, really a good footing. We look at that. You also look at how we don't link 9 universities across 29 campuses, them with ELCOM facilities, them where we believe say learning outcomes are good for kids. We believe say students them within our university for be connected at the world. So we see how it brings Starlink will connect. So that was also a very, very good. When you come to universities, you see how they rehabilitate and rehaul big universities across this country, 2025. You see how the Bonibu Teachers College, where after the war, we don't abandon them for years. Alex, you see how they don't rehabilitate them through the Badier project. You also see the Mintimagite Teachers College. You see how massively we don't renovate that. You take a look at schools across this country, one for Myk Center of Excellence. You see how the Bo School, you see how the K School, you see how the Magboroka Boys Secondary School, if I call them right, when I did the former president Kurumago, you see how we don't try for rehabilitate and for rehaul and back. You see how schools like the Prince of Wales, how they support the so boku thing they will do when it comes to human capital development. When you also come to technology and infrastructure on a game changer 4, you see how we telecoms don't grow in this country. We get 4 mobile network operators, then now we get 32 IPS, 20 TV stations, 194 FM stations. We don't see how, even when I use space on this year so now, Alex, we see how press freedom don't grow. When I get the liberty now for talk, when our whole government officials, them accountable, when I don't see how media poverty, the subvention, all they give, or make sure, say, when I say become independent, when I not rely on people so much. We'll also see the good thing, how we expand electricity. Make I talk about that before I close down. Yeah, when you take a look at electricity generation, it is very visible. You see the 108 megawatt Nant energy gas plant or the build na Kisi Dockyard. That is there. Then you also take a look at how we don't rehabilitate the 5 megawatts Negeta generator na King Tom. Then you also see how the 60 megawatt Watsila engines in a black hole, how we don't rehabilitate them. Then you also see the 40 megawatt respite project with 13 and Newton and 10 and Lunge. And they kick up. I make President Bill say this year and a year of action, people get for film. You see how I get for kick up this 2026. Then you also get for CC the 40 megawatt Skatek solar plants na Kamakwe by the end of 2026. You see sense get for kick up, we get for supply electricity Canada City. We 7 district rural electrification project. You don't see Cambia don't light up. You don't see how Moyamba don't light up. You get for Kambak, Matru John, they part of that. Kailaun, Bond, and Kabbalah, all the part of that. I make President Bill say this year, 2026, all that they kick up. Now a year of action. The Bo Kenema project, the AFDB project, the FCDO project, where they connect over 37,000 households across transmission lines. We don't see Bo Kenema, how all land they don't steady. I always sorry don't mention referral hospitals across the 12 districts. I not be this so today. Now yeah, one day I don't even this my brother as don't or now the other AKK as don't where I talk now I say we get special baby care units them across the hospitals will not be there. Now we did I think somebody be arguing me on that, but now we always see them now say all referral district hospitals get that special baby care unit. And all this is translated into what, Alex? It is translated into impacts. Where they talk about all this, let's look at the general impact where the common man understand and the common man know. Yeah? With all this, you look at the records that there's a whopping reduction of what? Maternal mortalities in this country. That is not something you can argue. These are records. These are authoritative records with WHO, UNESCO, where you get partners now, where they go out even more than outside doctors, and the way they go get them reports and then come and say 70% reduction of maternal mortalities in this country. And that model then they use now other countries then. Yeah? You just see the impact on what? When you come to the economy. And one of the things that I know will be the struggle with. 2023, 2024, we see it was a double digit. But now the economy will don't bring up down to 4.8 going to 5 on a single digit. Yes, you go tell me, say, yes, that did not translate to the common man it. Because the way you look at purchasing power. But not small. Not small. Yeah. So not just engage force. Because the good is them, but could say one member for the rights. I can't tell people now. It not go done. I just want let people understand, Alex, see. 2026 will be a year of action. It will be a year that will be better than 2025, 2024. Because we know, see, the 2026, 2027 results, 9 people then get for use, for let them make sure, say, we get another mandate in the third term at this country.
All right. In name now Myk Brewa, of course, in a director of communication, and he talk like director of communication. If I get the power, for don't say give a comprehensive report. But the honorable there, so I don't know what's in position for that day. I give like 22 minutes for let you able for this talk that day and get your own time. So I don't see you relax now. And that's the honorable member of parliament. Of course, this is politics. So I'm not expect honorable for out and call, it will be very, 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 very parliamentary and also it will also look very political at the same time because
it look like catchy.
all right, so honorable, you listen to the results where Myk give it for 2025 under the leadership of President Julius Maada Bio. You agree with them? If not, which now stands?
Let's take Myk to, I call it a reality test.
Okay.
And it's a reality test because what he is saying is what he's written. What I'm going to say is how the people out there feel it and how they see it. Perhaps that's the difference between what they bring out and within they always call government for do. I'm glad that by the time I conclude, it corrects himself now 1 year, we say, though the figures they give seems to be down when it comes to inflation, but the reality in the market for the ordinary people still remains a high. And because you know get inflation, way reflective on the daily lives of the people, it also warrants you as a government for ask the critical questions within the influence inflation at the market. How do we address the basic needs of the people? Myk, as we talk today, so in terms of the economy, people let me they pay 1,000 leons, will not be 1 million leons in 2018, were able to buy 5 bags of rice. Today, even with the current minimum wage going up and the exchange rate in the market, the teacher would they pay 1,500 will be used for get that 1,500 they win at $200 is today paid less than almost $50 in equivalent. That tells you the economy has not grown for the comfort of the people in the market. In the market, it also means say like the items where people they take for cook. If you they cook now, also you they get up money. The ordinary teachers, the security personnel, the police officers, the prison officers, they would receive 1.5 on a minimum of cooking of 50,000 a day. Cannot send their kids to school, paying for them transportation if they don't use the 1.5 for cook. So when you talk about economic buoyance, what we would look at now reflective economic buoyance, within they reflect the lives of the ordinary people. Uda, I have said this over and again. There are basic jobs in Sierra Leone where the best we can do as a political class. Now, for ensure certain people and they are being paid not less than $100 a month. No matter the rate of the dollar, then salary for be tagged towards the dollar. You go say, oh, the economic policy of Sierra Leone not accommodate that. But it accommodate that when it comes to all the people where they receive rent from government, then they peg them to the dollar. Say, for example, it could be decent that we get teachers, say, the least teachers in a salon, not to the equipment of numbers, but let them be paid at least $100. Then they go able make, if the person they cook 50 leons or 50,000 leons in the old currency a month, able to get chop money every day to him wealth. Then if you begin to come on Eastern police for come Prince of Wales, he will also provide basic transportation for them. So what would they say first is, whether it's in the security sector, whether it's in the police, wherever, the minimum wage not for be tied towards waiting that they pay them people in the. If you want to get an reflective economy, it's not the inflation, it's not the figures on paper. Waiting basically what they look out for now how reflective it is on the lives of the ordinary people. Secondly, Mike, what thing I said the last time to you is, and I'm saying this again today, let me use this platform for say, we have a president who is saying in 2026, it's going to be a year of actual reflections. Mike, in the last 2 days, I am sick, I am frustrated, and I am one Sierra Leonean who believes the president needs to do more. One of these harsh realities we'll get at this country, at the fact, say, we get a government, I am sure, like Mike own department entire, you have done do a comprehensive summary of the audit reports of 2024, when are exactly within reflect in the 2025 expenditure and bring the president to speed. I have said, until the president give the value of what the audit reports mean for we as a nation, we are running a state wherein everything revolves around the presidency. So from 2020, when we get the situation of the auditing of the office of the president, we also involve the office of the first lady. We see a total disregard for the audit report. Let me take you through this. Mike was talking about the gain we don't put into agriculture by 8%. Believe you me, if the money we put in, we donors and put into Sierra Leone by 2018, 2019 for buy the machines them. If the machines and they will be buy, they were good for purpose. I am sure waiting it gives us figure of 8%, the entire we talk about 30 to 40% overturn increase in agriculture. But let me tell you, this was figured out in 2021 audit reports, 2022 audit reports, 2023 audit reports, and now it is again in the audit report say all the machines they will buy, they're faulty. The tractors, they don't get spare parts. The combined harvesters, not get spare parts. All the machines are within count. And what's off? The people the way government be give them machines, and then in the audit report it is clearly written they had no business doing in agriculture. So we brought in people who are not part of the system of agriculture for can do the machine ring operating system. So what thing they look out for? They are not interested actually in the system. But the system is not working for the farmers. So when you talk about 8% after 7 years, for me, I consider that one day as no progress in agriculture. Go to the agriculture itself. We see situations where the audit detail will say they bought vehicles for those agriculture offices. Where are those vehicles today? They are nowhere to be seen. Even in the headquarters in Freetown, out of the 17 they buy, almost 10 is missing. No record, no show usai them mutka then they go. When you look at some of them things in the you not get M&Es na the agriculture projects them across the country. What's off? So if you look at some of them, then downside. You know why I always on the table and say I refer my references most times to the audit report? 2 reasons. One, it is done purely by Sierra Leoneans, and it is done by Sierra Leoneans who are paid by government. The people who censor or who edit it are employees of government. So when they are able to come out and present an actual reality of waiting the country feel like, for me, if it be the playbook, if it be the syllabus upon which president for able to look and upgrade and take credit for in gains. Let's move down to the health sector. I see Mike the try for GUI analysis, we know reflective. It's one to say we don't have this or we're having solars in the facilities. As we talk, even the Connaught Teaching Hospital, see what is written about it. Even basic equipment that were bought in 2016 and today not working. So it is good to have the solarization as he's pointed them out, but I don't know. You say again, I always tell people and say government is continuity. In my own Chief Hon AKK, we don't get solarization way back in 2015. So it's a process we don't do in place long ago. And I have always said we should stop running Sierra Leone as if everything started when President Bio came. We had a nation running, and this nation that was running, we still they move on with very, very, very serious achievements them. So again, let me go to it in Myk with the try for say before I come to my own points them. Myk also will talk about teachers recruitment. I have said to Myk, like every other Sierra Leonean, this is not something for even the bluff about, Myk. As we talk currently, we have 74,000 teachers on the on government. The last census we government do. Out of the 74,000 teachers, we only have about 34,000 that are on payroll, meaning the bulk percent of teachers are not paid, and they are not employed by government. You know what that means for our nation? It means even what we boast of as free quality education, that assurance of quality is not there. So instead of we talking about employing 2,000, retraining them and every other thing, we should try to have a situation in which at least 60% of those teachers should be on payroll. You know what that means? It gives them assurance. Imagine you employ a person in our school, you know, they pay them we months done. What's in the happen? That person is laissez-faire. So if you have more than 50% of the teachers across the country teaching in government schools not being employed, I don't think we will count Dandy as a gain when it comes to education. He also tried to talk about the energy sector. I almost laugh. They talk about the gains we is a government don't make in the energy sector. You know, I said this in a parliament one day. I'm saying it again for we people that understand this. I say it was too early for us to celebrate the energy situation within Western area. Myk, waiting una repair na Kintom and a Blacker Road are infrastructures you met already. Out of carelessness, you did not repair them. You left them and you turned it to just one source of energy when I be car power ship. See the result? It brought us back to our knees as a nation. So now, you increase networking across the city, the country, but waiting to happen. You don't increase generation. As they talk, all the way they call, now project that within a pipeline, we not materialize it. So what you don't do now, it just start like your mama they cook na 6 cup na press na 1 pot. Now you decide for cook same 6 cup na 12 cup pot. Nothing has increased when it comes to generation. And waiting the happen, you don't increase networking. It means say you get for the ration the light pass IBD. So this is what is interesting. Myk, in 2017, when you had nothing to do with governance, this, if you go back to the parliamentary archive, there was the Bumuna Phase 2 project where government signed, you understand, approved in parliament. The SLP abandoned that project. Basic reasons around the issue I don't do, including talking to people in the Ministry of Energy. I remember when we passed the interview with the Minister of Energy currently, he said, out of waiting the inherit, that Bumuna Phase 2 project in a one way it go call for the documentation again and get talks with the investors then. But this is why they stop it. They stopped it because after, imagine it's a project that was not going to cost us a single cent. That is one. It was going to be on the investors. They run it for 27 years and after which they hand them over to we. They said after production, the 13 cents we for sell GUI is more expensive. But what's interesting, we are buying from CLSG, which is never going to be ours, even if we use them for 40 years, at 22 cents. They are buying from car power ship at 20 cents. They are buying from the other arrangements we go do, you understand? We're more expensive than Dandy. But this is what is interesting. When we complete the Bumuna Phase 2, it costs you 13 cents for the next couple of years, and it's going to be permanently ours. Let me take you to the car power ship. Interesting thing. The car power ship, that ship though they use so, if you go Turkey, they sell about $40 million. Sierra Leone don't pay for in the last 3 years, we don't pay for more than $120,000. Over $120 million. So the question is, are we as Sierra Leone not too intelligent to understand that we can go into agreement with the manufacturers if we don't have the $40 million to pay for it and just say, okay, now we want this machine, we want 3 of this machine, you understand? We can deposit this amount a day, they will pay for them. If we had gone to pay for that car powership, by then I don't pay for 3. But when you look at all the agreements of the car powership, when you look at all the agreements, the re-agreements, the way the SLPP don't go into with the car powership, they begin asking yourself the question: is it somebody benefiting on behalf of the state? Because anybody we, I don't see say Alex le Liberty this so una the go rent generator to me, we will cost 22 million. They una the pay for them inside 1 year. Una the pay for like 66 million. But come on now, who is going to go into that kind of arrangement? So the entire situation around the energy sector is still questionable. Yes, there are everybody the M300. I was just busy laughing when I heard about that, because whenever they talk about whether it's the energy, whether it's agriculture, whether it's education, I do thorough research on some of them things in there. Yeah, as we speak, I have said this: with the Bumuna phase 2 completed at the time, it was only going to take 2 years. The energy way they supply, way it generate, was also not, would they use an as alone, and we get the potential for even sell to the CLSG. So we're not just going to be buyers of the CLSG. We're going to be contributors into the CLSG. We will say for they get money out of that itself. As we speak today, Mike, you get communities in Tonkolili where they don't connect already, they don't give them meters, they don't have light. Why? You're talking about the 7 towns project. Mike, I hate to talk this. I hate to go down this way. But listen, let's take as a Usai, we don't put thermal plants. Take Lungi, for example. Usai thermal plant. Today, the people of Lungi, they suffer of blackout. Why? Because at a modern time like this, any government we're serious about giving electricity to people at the rural communities where electricity usage is minimal, people will not buy as they do in Freetown. You will think of going to solarization, because in Lungena buy or no buy the fuel for give people. In Bo and Ken Mouser don't put thermal light. I remember the chairman of energy, the Senate Parliament. He said one of the trouble they get with the system. He said when governments sell, then collect the money, they cannot recoup what they are spending. So any wise government will have thought about giving solarization to their major towns and then cities. Come to talk about the mini grid system where we Mike them meet with all over the country today. I'll tell you something interesting. Alex, do you know our people in the provinces, the people in Bamwe, Banausa, Komot, where they use the mini grid, they pay more of tariff than we within a city? Their own tariff is higher compared to us in the city. How can you punish your people to that extent? Mike also talk about the mobile networks. For many reasons, I can just laugh. Mike, our people in the sub-region, we buy the most expensive megabytes. It should not be so. The government and NATCA has not protected the people enough. So it's one about talking about connectivity. It is also another thing. In 2025 alone, Mike, we get more drop calls in 2025. We had more bad network in 2025 compared to any other time in the history of Sierra Leone. And what has NATCA done? Nothing. So when you talk about universities, Mike, I was expecting you to talk about university subsidies. The whole of 2025, 2024, 2023, no university gets subsidy from the government. So what did they do? In 2025, government allow universities for increased fees. So fees are increased today, as me and you talk now, to almost 100% in universities. I have over 30 students I am paying for across the universities in Sierra Leone. People have been paying for 4 million leones. Today, I am paying for them almost 8 million leones. So, in as much as we glamour for free quality education at the basic level, what about post we don't go to a C2S? We're actually waiting government to pay for primary school at 10 leons. Waiting government to pay for secondary school at Becker level na 50 leons. Waiting government to pay for at SS level is about 60 leons. Now, after I don't go through all of that system, the whole of SS3, no parent, the 3 term, 3 years, now about 600,000 they pay. So Now government they pay for the picking them. Then that commodity in picking come out, they can face for pay 8 million a year. Do you think that is not human capital invest development? Because at the end of every year, at the end of every family, what they hope for? Mike don't go school. He don't come out CKC. He do university. When for we now at this part of the world, when you go university now, a step ahead. So if you're talking about human capital development, it should not just stop at the primary and the secondary level. We want to see situations where we university fees, government continue to pay subsidies, and the university fees have been reduced. Oh yes, we paid one of the cheapest around the world. But again, our economy reflects to what we were paying. You talked about also you try to talk about the graduation of doctors. I don't know, Mike. It's the awareness of people wanting to do medicine. Because there is no special package from government where they say if you go read medicine, you understand?
There is a lot. I'll tell you.
No, you get like 2 minutes, so let you done.
Today only argue. Today only argue. Today only argue. You show that when you say everything, I keep quiet.
No, it's alright. I just really joke to.
Because the medical field, you understand? The fees are today higher than they were. You understand? And the STEM education before you came in as government in 2018, every girl PQA within our university they do STEM was free. So they are paying fees. So, and again, like imagine, Bahekuna just don't take 7 years. So if you say you have more graduates today with a graduate of medicine, meaning those intakes were not done in your regime. So what are you celebrating? I am not saying everything is worse off, but I am saying in areas of education, in areas of agriculture, in the area of network, in the area of teachers recruitment. Again, I have said this. In 2011, the total number of teachers in the payroll were 11,000. By 2018, we had up to 30,000 teachers on the payroll. So if today we have only 34,000 teachers, it means for 7 good years. Now I don't employ the least number of teachers. So I am saying all of this, Mike. Waiting, I think I need for based on the fact say, if the president said 2016 is a 2026 is a year of delivery, first of all, I'm big and back. Mr. President, go back, read the last 4 audit reports, see the money them we don't deprive of the state. Just as Adikaya, I've just read some few part of the annex of the audit report. Mike, do you also know that there are government projects where donors they give money to government? Then withholding tax, then the way government officials then for pay to NRA. Do you know they were not paying them? Do you also know that even in the office of the chief minister, people were demanding for money? They were doing withdrawals for money where no document, no they were support that one day. Do you also know that there are people in your system who are award contracts, money is being paid for those contracts, and the contracts are not being done? I think if the president pay attention on some of them things and they will not just have a 2026 that is progressive, we'll have a 2026 that will bring accountability to the doorstep of the people. I have said this. If there is nothing President Bio could do for us, but what he tell the people then, say it will bring accountable leadership. I think if we stress on that one day in 2026, and let's bring the thieves to the table.
All right. I try to give all man 22 minutes. Now I lay the premise, and Mr. Figen go to ask question, and of course, when again also get the opportunity for like also interject when if you see one for like who do them in a very nice way, you know, will affect the program. All right. Now, Mike, you don't listen to Honorable. You agree with something, but totally disagree with many things, and they urge the presidency or put more attention by the audit report. We in beliefs over the years, the only time we for this country gets best audit report under this government 2020 below, you know. Then after that now with the issue of Larabi and all that better not again. What do you take?
So Alex, I don't really want to get into audit report. We take audit report very seriously. Yeah.
Okay.
We look at audit report as a query where they look at how government spend money, inadequacies, inefficiencies, and we build on them. If you take a look at the audit report for 2023, the things that we audit reports recommend, you look at 2024, 2025, we've done a lot into it. You look at the human capital development, the health sector, the things that we identify. I'm going to go through your feeds, interestingly, to probably know your thoughts before they come now. Like what you don't do for the past week. And I literally noticed that you've been so hard on us on what healthcare I call them management or healthcare issues, which is a good thing. You're a parliamentarian. We expect you to do that high as long as you do them with fairness and all that. You highlight ambulances, not the I call Kenema, and also okay. So let me do a little bit of research on this one. So this guy Kave is going to bring all the issues. So if you look at that. You look at today, 2025, you will see we've done tremendous gains into it. Tremendous. Audit reports, you used to say, no, you're not parliamentarian. You know, say this is not quay. Not only one and all. Again, for go through parliament, we want say the committee for sit on day, want call questions and answers and before the final draft come out.
No, again,
So,
my question will say the reality. No, for example, go place like Connaught. You see recently, I see this week somebody they post how the situation then are Connaught. But again, another aspect of the private side and when they take payments. You get other hospitals and more people when they get serious challenge. So maybe possible, and I don't know what it is. So of course, when it comes to documents, then they. But in reality, not there.
So Alex, the reality is between me and you. Is it not a reality now that we get 1 megawatt standalone solar or hours electricity na Connaught? Will not ever be 1 megawatt, not a small thing. No, the whole Moyamba gets to 9 day Connaught alone. Where you go up and zinc all over the lights. It's that on a reality that people see. It's a past. So now they bring things that I don't even go into.
Make mention of equipment they wouldn't buy to 2015.
But I mean, no, it's equipment that this man they talk about too. But the cities cannot ever do in this country, but they are now. Yeah, you don't know what you get ultrasound machines. They want to have 3D, 4D. You get to tell they try for talk. This man, I think, make mention of the reports talk about BP machine, Puel, and go. Horrible. I agree. I just felt like you are working as a whip for the minority party in a parliament. If I go, let me tell you this today. If I go to parliament and try to see which you they do, I must bring out something. Audit report from when they start, I must bring out something. But bro, let's look at the bigger picture here. The bigger picture here is, will you want to argue me, say, the way Bella woman and they die now, so then they die again in this country? You want for argue me, say, picking them now, they're not the rich, Boku picking them not the rich in 5-year birthday. You want for argue me, say, special baby care units are not in our hospitals now. You want for argue me, say, we'll not get state-of-the-art mortuary, we're not ever there now, na Connaught, I mean, these are all things where, what in I want, we are not in heaven. Yeah, Alex, I'm not going to come here and sit down and tell you, say, if you take a look at the healthcare sector, not the best in the whole world, not the best in the country. But one of the things that I want that people know, if I'm understand, say, Usai will be there 7-8 years ago, not also day now. It was in this country where the maternal mortality rate 2020, 13, 2024, the worst place for a woman give birth on earth was Sierra Leone. The records are there. Look it up. Not to me, the talker. It was this country when we say Pekin and they get access to simple basic vaccinations like diphtheria. We saw when Ebola came to this country. The Red Crescent report will come out, Alex, it categorically states and say the reason why Ebola killed people in this country was as a result of poor healthcare systems, the inefficiencies, the actions and inactions of what? The healthcare systems in this country. We saw where COVID came. Where COVID, the first thing I want to let my brother understand here is Ebola was what? A pandemic. It was not an epidemic. No, sorry, it was an epidemic. It was not a pandemic. What do I mean by that? Ebola in a few countries in high effect. Alex, you get what they try for talk? A few countries them, now it affect. COVID will affect the whole world, will disrupt supply chains. Even America, where they will be the work, they will get one of the best healthcare systems in this world, where COVID cannot even know how to manage them. Now trash bags them will be the use for do apron, ventilators then done, surgical gloves then done. Now other countries then be they support America. It kill over millions of people in America. When COVID came into this country, we have people who be they say COVID not reach salon. It reached all countries and the world, but lie, government they lie. Una see how we manage them. Where Mpox come to this country, we see how we manage them. Bro, this is not something, this is not a picking thing. Now policies, now people then put ideas in place, now systems. So if you say the reality not there on the ground, and they bring basic realities them, where I want, let me agree on that. He's a parliamentarian. In word where they talk now, they go a long way. I know they tell you, say, my brother, I know they tell you now, say, we are in heaven. I know they tell you, say, we don't get challenges in the healthcare system. We do. We have challenges. We have tremendous challenges. The question goes back to them. If really, Alex, them and they have been left good healthcare systems at this place, if APC be left good water systems at this place, it was rotten system. It was a rotten system at every level, every MDA, every ministry. Alex, I will bring the records here, data by data, ministry by ministry.
Honorable also highlights, you don't say good Bokutin about the health sector, but you also highlight something about the energy sector. The car power ship, we see by now from by like 3 or more. You talk about the Bumbuna phase 2, talk about community don't know they get light, talk about community them way they say get light, but then they pay Boku. Pass with me, say me you didn't see to they afford more. They for afford for people like.
These are all challenges. Yeah.
But
we are, yes, you get communities that we don't get lights.
Okay.
You get people that will pay more for lights than others. But that no disputes the fact, say, oh, come now, we'll meet them 16%. The energy generation where they talk about so. That is a fact. When we came now, it's 35, 36%. Not to me, they talk, look up Google. More communities that will not ever get lights in this country. This country don't get lights today. When lights don't ever reach. Where transmission lights don't ever reach. Not also forget, say, in Freetown here, communities are expanding. The amount of people them now don't register na EDSA, the EDSA customers then, it don't triple. How it be there 2017, not to so it now. You get more communities them now. Rather they tell them be then a power, what then a power. Now two car power ship the count.
So you say you expand the system,
yeah,
but you not add power.
Hey, but I just don't talk about energy generation now. Yeah. So if you talk now, the records they talk about. So I talk about energy generation. Say during the time maybe I'm a 16%.
So let's bring honorable quickly on that. Honorable one, Mike and I believe in government, na the health sector, they don't do better than Una. And of course, our rotten system will left give them
everything.
Then the energy sector also, it make mention and say they don't make improvement. They almost double.
Yeah.
Waiting a meet.
That is a fact. You don't argue.
You know, if you say that, according to it's not a fact. You know, if it's not the reality.
Not left at 16. Am I tripping? So tell me if I lie. You're not a member of parliament. You're on camera.
You know, if it's not the.
Always asking the question.
I mean, I'm going to ask you now. Yeah.
So I don't start this for say.
Lord, keep this conversation very civil. If you're asking the question, you ask the question and answer. If he wants to ask the question, he can beg you for time. So you ask a question, you make a statement, I'll respond. Yeah? Yeah. That make I say, Lord, keep on very civil. Okay. Firstly, Mike need for come to the reality of the situation. He said in the health sector they inherit nothing.
I don't say nothing.
So rotten.
If something is rotten, it means say it not get no value. It means say it don't die first before something they rotten it is sick, it die then it rotten. But that rotten system produce the Rokupa Government Hospital, the Kiama Road Hospital, the same rotten system we talk about so produce the Macaulay Street Hospital in Western area, the same rotten system we talk about produce the Lumley Hospital on abandon, the same rotten system produce the Waterloo Hospital on abandon, the same rotten system brought in PIH in Connaught today, where you boast of?
The PIH wouldn't be no.
Okay, you see, let me help you. Like an history of the PIH during the Ebola period.
Go ahead.
During the Ebola period, you get many other countries and many NGOs in the post-Ebola period with cancer alone. But PIH was not in Connaught when it initially started. It was in Cambia. Medecins Frontier was in Tonkolili and part Cambia. PIH with the Poloko. It was PIH the extent where Medecins come Cambia and cover Poloko, and then they move PIH for go Connaught. So PIH has been here from 2015. So you see, this is why I have said, if we as leaders, we are talking about house alone for grow, we begin think, say, we are bringing the civil conversation of talking to the people on the current trend of the country and also for go, then we begin to politicize them. For me, at the CC, we are doing great injustice to the people. We not get opportunity for the also for talk on national issues. Because if you take the mic to them, what they will tell you is how they feel.
Honorable, can I say something? Oh, we can get exchanges?
Yes.
Can I just say something, Honorable? Honorable, you take Mike. Now you can't go. I always like to compare America and Sierra Leone because on them two sides and they don't live for a long time. You take Mike now, you can't go to a basic American, you ask them questions about government, they will always complain.
Okay.
Citizens will, I know I'll use that as a metric.
Let me
we use the data that is available. We are landed people. Now we use data and inform people.
Mike,
The concern honorable get more data. Some of our data not reflective of the
well, it
Mike,
was said so.
Mike,
you don't get to say,
Mike.
I make agree.
For example, you also make mention of, say, you talk about universities. Say, but you not even mention, say, is it subsidy or they pay?
Yeah, they are not paying
Okay,
subsidy.
you look at.
In fact,
they look,
no, let me.
So when
Mike,
you look at,
You also talk about
Mike,
fees that
I'm
increase.
not done it. You don't get a second bite. Allow me to get a second bite.
okay.
Okay. Mike, as meager as a school subsidy for primary and secondary school day, from when school open to date, we school open in September, October, November, December. This is January. As we talk, SLTU still doing talks with government for letting them pay first time subsidy.
Can I respond?
No, let me come. You know what's in subsidy do for schools them? Now, teachers and principals not they ask picking them for pay school fees. So the running of the school is highly hinged on the subsidies. And at a time when we say we spend 22% of we subsidy or of we budget on schools, you ask yourself the question, why are we not able to pay school subsidies?
So
in last year's school system, we were able to pay the second and third term of last year school subsidy and the first term of this year.
So again,
That one day is a yes. Sir.
Honorable, now also feel say, Mike they talk about improvement in the energy sector. They talk about improvement in the health sector. In office and some of these funds again, because government have to prioritize area like the agricultural sector, the health sector, and the energy sector. Make some of the area that they get lapses.
Okay. You see, communicating on behalf of government gets series of means and channels. Every time we get the Minister of Finance for present a budget before we in Parliament, what they do, they keep the people of Sierra Leone informed. Mike also know this. For the first time in Sierra Leone, we have up to 52 government projects, including the water supply project na Cambia also accommodate. They don't defer until after 2028.
Can I just say something?
Let me just land this. 28 of those projects, including some of the projects that we don't name. But what I go do for them today, I go refer them to the appendix of the budget. You go there, you go see them. Say 52 projects that are government projects that have been signed, work in progress, and everything as they say today have been deferred till 2028. Again, when it comes to the reason why government will pay fees, I agree. And this is where sometimes I laugh. The Pekin will be go school by 1992. If you check the statistics in school, you compare them to the Pekin they go school by 2002, you could naturally know, say, the beginning in 2002, Bokupas wanted to go school in 1992.
That one day makes you feel say the increase so they happen at the schools, not because of development, because of how call them population growth.
Apart from the fact, say, we declare free quality education, there is no other policy or bylaw where they force people and say, if you don't put your picking at school, now this or this or this go happen to you. So the numeric growth in terms, if you check the people we were in school by 1997, way back about being in power, you cannot compare them to 2018. So
Let's just like they come.
So I also want to let Mike understand. They say we find ourselves in a situation where just between 2020 to 2023 alone, you get a huge amount of picking them where they're not allowed for latency to us. And I will tell you, I said this to him the last time. If you check most of the picking the way they not treat, we're not drug addicts today. We're not drug victims. Are part of those kids where President Bio in government stop not for take us. I am saying when I'm here today, we need to get solution. I don't get for solution. That I want in the education sector, they boast of.
We'll come to the solution because I want to look
Okay.
at
Yeah, let me just go down to what to say. Like I tell my brother, say progress is continuous. Yeah, even when I didn't ask liberty, when I progress every month. Yeah, when I get here in review 2024, how was it 2025 ago? I don't tell this man categorically clear. Say, honorable. Okay, I take that back. I don't tell this honorable. No. You are honorable. You are an honorable man. You're a member of parliament. I respect the law. Yeah, you are an honorable member of parliament. If you watch from where I don't kind of call you honorable, now these people I just see this man. It's honorable. I take that back. I don't tell them countless times. See, there are going to be lapses in progress. There's going to be lapses in all redevelopment and what they do. But let's look at the bigger challenge. Let's look at the bigger impact. You're not going to argue with me, say, since we roll out the free quality education, enrollment surge no day. You're not going to call that this no to development. You're not going to say inclusion and access no day. We are in pregnant people and they go school now, disability access. You're not going to tell me say that's not improvement. You're not going to tell me say teachers development no day. We are in to train over 20,000 teachers on learning outcomes. You're not going to say that not to development. You're not going to talk about infrastructure and materials. We don't build over 1,500 schools across this country. You're not going to say that not to development. You're not going to say you're not going to talk about exam performance for picking them. You're not going to say that not completion rates. You're not going to say that not to development. You are just focusing on subsidies. But you don't go also tell me, say, what about you not talk, say, we don't increase teacher and salary up to 45% so we don't cap? Why don't you talk about that? Why are you talking about subsidies? Not just one lapse. Not to say we not they pay, we they delay for pay because, like how you rightly say, government get priorities. And government na cut here, put here.
And education is not one of your priorities.
No, it is our priorities. I don't outline the areas them. We say more we they prioritize. Subsidies are for run school. We agree. Yeah, now for run school, but learning outcomes are priority. Access to education is a priority, right? Exams, performances, it's a priority. So what you they looking at just look at in terms of camus, you don't have argument or talk about subsidy, we not pay subsidy yet. We not say we not they pay, go delay, but we go pay. But why they will not teacher the salary, say we not pay there too. Like the time we wanna be there, then the teachers they go 3, 4, 5 months and then they pay there. Where you gonna bank the same money the day? It's not like this anymore. So we are improving. These are all the lapses. We are not saying we've put Sierra Leone where we want Sierra Leone to be. And this is the reason, Alex, this is the reason we need a third term. This is why it is important that the trajectory where this country they go, we don't want any detour. Because APC is not ready. They are not prepared. The things them all don't put. Alex, I will tell you this. All the things they all they do so. Alex, if we become a power, we meet the whole Freetown get electricity, the whole McKinney get electricity, the whole Bo get electricity. We no kaya will begin cut the wire them all.
But again, if you look at the former government, takes so long. Akababi succeed for give peace. But after the war, this country we talk about infrastructure before, and Escoma be able to give face to infrastructure. Why is Akababi able for the institutional development? get some institution that will be done the way and a school, build on the way, even though other people are saying he dropped some of that and they or that day again another discussion for another day. You know, if you say again, the APC laid some premise, a strong premise.
I cannot
for making a build
I
up.
cannot totally rule them out.
Okay.
You get to tell they try for talk. But when you take a look at when the war done, we Pakabakam. We get the PRSP paper, the poverty reduction strategy paper. We focus on key areas then. Yeah. One of the key things that we Pakaba be focused on are family reintegration and reunification. Building the social systems that we don't collapse. Yeah, for building a seat, NIA, then and they reintegrate people them from them areas that would be in refuge, bring them Canada in communities, give them startup programs. That took so much time. The same back, the APC man there, they're not allowing LRS to. You don't get to tell they try for talk. You also get for look at them how the repeated coups them where they happen. The repeated. What President Bio come, Alex, to be very sincere, President Bio not really enjoy in office time a lot of disruption. And now during them time they are, not so the man said another joint government, then they sit down now, don't another go work, pass what they call it by they like picking. We call the humanity. We all for go sit down, we discuss about this country. The humanity. We get videos them APC man and they say, will they go or not they go? They don't go there.
But earlier on, because we discussed 2025, earlier on just described say 2025 a peaceful year.
Yeah, because they're not disrupt.
2020, yes. So
because they're not because of the policies that will put the security apparatus that will put it the way they see so serious, they're not disrupt 2025. And 2025, you see the gains them will make what outline so. I just make mention the apparatus them will put. We identify the key makers and after the coup, this last coup happened, the people that were arrested, were they in prison. So I am not going to tell you that all coup makers are APC. I'm not telling you that. I will take sympathy. But majority of APC people, them coup makers and they affiliate to them. We look one on other. Either they don't work with this person, they don't work with this, and no, they will peg say APC member will get carded. But we all know Salon a small country. We all know we set fire. But when you see 2025 was peaceful. And we able to roll out buckle of we activities and we outline now so this 2025. And at that trajectory there, we want for build on. That is why we said 2026 is a year of action.
All right, so we'll come to the action. Honorable Mike just say, well, Hamburg them. Make Boku development now happen. And when I get history for Hamburg government.
Because I get for take my time for address some of the issues we don't highlight because they have to do with the security of the state. Yeah. But let also say this. When Mike they talk about salaries of teachers, they say they don't increase about 45%. By 2018, when a teacher was paid 1,200,000, correct yourself now, that 1,200,000 was almost $200. With your 46% we don't increase, no teacher is getting $100 except principals. So I always want to say, it's not the numbers of leons, now the value with the teacher they take home. So if you want to equate and talk say we don't pay more to teachers than we, just calculate what will be the pay them in dollars. Pay them exactly that one the back in equivalent. So, that is one. Let me learn. No, Mike, let me not do this to yourself today. You talk about exam performance. It's under your regime. We then have almost 200 students from College of Medicine just after year one. So we talk about exam performance, not to the results where the picking gets, now how the picking will go to college and perform. Now under our regime, and the universities then come together and say they need to take entrance exams into the universities, even after they don't pass WAS. So they want then a clear indicators for tell you say the output of a free quality education is not as we want it as citizens. And make a start for tell you say if you get over 60 to 65% of the teachers in those schools not on government payrolls, and even those on government payroll get for worry every day on how to feed them families, how to pay transportation for them picking them, how to live a decent life like you. I remember one day at the drive, I can't on a fuel station. So my driver they did the pump. I can't na junction na do Azakia. They picking them literally. I know call the school. They laugh the teacher and say, that's true. They were last year. Now you were back this year. And today, if you ask what it costs for buy a decent shoe, we might the bluff with so it's more than it will take almost 3 months' salary of the teacher. So if we want it to be waiting president again, let's say this, Mike. Maybe you are not here campaigning with President Bio in the 2018. No, I said maybe. I am not saying you were not. I'm saying maybe. In that period, waiting president put out, say he go do for the people when it comes to education, when it comes, in fact, in the presidential debate, again, know this. President say the least speaking, it go pay for 380,000. It's on record. This includes primary to secondary school. And for 7 good years, president is still paying 30 loans for those in primary schools. And no school, not the way they get up to, no picking all the way government they pay for 200,000, including the annual DSS. So what do we look at when it comes to the current trajectory the government they go with? It's what President Bio told us and what the reality is.
If you say the president will deceive the people,
Well, if you say deceive, you're being economical with the truth. In all, he deceived the people. He disappointed the people. Yeah. Mike also talked about the 2025. For me, since I was born as central to date, everybody who's having me know say I have never been part of Lantern Pride or every other thing. We operate a nation wherein, away from every other thing, Lantern, masquerade, we play the pool, also gets economic impact to people. It is part of our culture. We're not Christians, we don't believe in them, we're not part of it. But almost 3 to 4 years now, it's almost becoming a pattern now. Our people don't have access.
3 to 4 years or 7 years?
Well, I'm saying 3 to 4 years because we'll be the Cambia, working there, the simply the dance, the devil, and every other thing. So, in as much as we have economic difficulty, Mike, in as much as we get problem with the people in the face in various sectors, let us also allow the people to enjoy their freedom of association.
You see the social aspects then.
Okay. They not only arrest them, they almost kill basic cultures that we'll get. I understand with you when you talk about insecurity, but those insecurities are not all over the country. Yeah. See, for example, people will go Poloko for in April 27, masquerade and everything. Come on.
But throughout we see devil in the common Abu, Kenema, other side, and we say.
No. Poloko for the last 7 years. No.
Poloko people sometimes. Yes.
Okay. When you talk about Oje, those are societies.
No, masquerade.
No. Hey, Mike. Me na Central Bobo.
Me na Eastern Bobo.
Fine. We born at Central. I'm not to any part. Me na part of the internet. But Oje they come out every other time. But when you talk about masquerade, like paddle and other things, you guys have taken up the happiness away from the people. People anyway depend on the internet for economic gains. So this is why when the rate will be among the most unhappy people in the country, you don't understand why. Again, you try for equate people way then call into coup to people in the APC. Mike, security personnel deployed to the president are not employed by President Bio. Not to embroider them. Not to go take them in a village and can't join them in a military. So when they serve him and he leaves office, their actions and their inactions have nothing to do with President Bio.
There's a lot. I'll come to that.
Can I complete?
There's a lot.
When you come to power in a democratic tenet, and you have a mindset of looking at oppositions as enemies, and you call them terrorists and you give them names, the insecurity of your country in a democratic tenet is in the hands mostly of those in power. We had oppositions when we were in governance. Some of us were fortunate to be around State House. We know the relationship with President Koma built for those who were in opposition. You came to power, una not only call corruption, una even tribalize corruption.
So if it's a relationship or
So
administration build
so
with the people who the then in opposition, then the current government, the
I
current
know
administration,
call senior people now the SLPP then.
yeah, so
But
let's
their
just
relationship with you know, Mike, the code there, one thing you don't do this after this night we come. We try for say, oh, this not my brother, none of me paddy. You understand? No matter how.
I've always seen you like that.
Yes, and that's how we have always.
Even
That's
though you and I have never met, I've
e-
always seen
ex-
across APC a lot.
exactly,
So,
and that's the approach to governance, because the difference is you are SLPP and APC, but in our minds, whether although now they do it wrongly, the approach of being a politician is to help the people. You have a solution to the problem of Sierra Leone. I have a solution to the problem of Sierra Leone. So whether you like it or not, and when the state they fail, when the state they fail, if you do watch, you comment them on Facebook or my own comments, people there when they go to say APC and SLPP are just the same. So our approach to governance should be one way they accommodate we own different opinions. So when I tell you about the energy sector, and I talk about generation in the energy sector before I end, you've not told me where you've increased generation in around the country.
I can tell you that.
No, you get time for explain that, Andy.
Okay.
But I'll tell you, for 7 good years, the SLP has not added anything, because even the Makut project, yes, you have not added anything to the grid.
So the 37% energy generation is
Okay, let's say what's in them do. It's laughable.
What's
in them do?
to lights now.
When you're done, book and has always been on.
No.
If I want to do, what do to the boat with safe? Not forget say in book and there was an hydro.
Security, our lights be able to say they again, boo.
Mike.
No,
I know I'll argue. At least let we increase the status of this discussion.
But let we conversation be data driven.
Okay, let me also say this. Let me also say this. Una abandon the hydro na Bo and Kenema. There was an hydro there, right?
But again,
it has been abandoned by the SLPP.
Just like APC become, maybe this fruit on them be the darkest city.
Yeah.
APC making improvement. But Mike, they say now, no matter how it be, they make improvement.
Okay, what our let Mike do is director of communication. Inform, he will send message to the Minister of Energy. Let him show me what's new energy supply.
I can show you now. I don't need to tell the Minister of Energy.
So you name the south side the new power supply there.
You can agree with
we add to the grid.
You can I hope so you're not going to disturb me or the outline.
I have never.
Okay. So I just tell you now, I say, even under we human capital development, what is new? What is
the
new?
Energy sector? What
energy
is
sector, what is new? Hold on. One, I make mention of what the Nant energy within the bill when a 108 megawatts.
You see.
No, not disrupt.
No, I didn't disturb you. Wait.
No.
Has that been added to the grid?
No,
the project
listen,
is still
you asked
on.
me. No, listen.
I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Listen.
I don't want to let people see you as you are not well informed.
No. Wait. Allow me. You asked me.
It has not been increased to the grid. That's what I'm saying.
You say, listen me. What is new? So you get to also look at we energy approach. We energy approach not just get for be on the grids. We want to make energy become accessible, cheaper solutions to people. And one of the ways they do cheaper solutions to people now solar. Now in the whole world they use now. That is our approach. Green energy. It is safe, it is reliable, it is healthier for the people of this country. So if that approach would they use, allow me to tell you where now realities you want to see, not a thing on paper no more. You know what tell me say if you go right now na Kisido Kiad, you know they say 108 megawatt plants, they're not able to construct. And I net set this net you go this the meter and work day. Where this 2026, the first phase get for kicking. You know what tell me say the Scatec project we get 30 megawatts na new thing. Another day. The 10 megawatts na Lunge, another day. So that is our approach, is not to pass national, not to pass Bumbuna. Now old fashioned Andy. Not to pass Bumbuna, what are they dry? Deforestation they happen, honorable. So our approach here is solar energy. Because at the end of this thing, all honorable, one thing you have to look at is how this affect the impact the common man we they talk for now, we see no they talk
But
for.
again, I think you know what they say. They were all just in the pipeline. So who said it 36? Because it's 16. So they start to make up the 36. So if I can quickly go into that and they possibly add, they not use car power. When I use car power. So when I get
But
power.
not encounter.
Yes,
No,
but
it
not
was
be
not used.
but not be
No,
gay
no.
part of.
So
So the car power supply don't add to the 16% when I already make.
Not two then count.
Yes.
I want you understand, see? Not two.
But not
When then count two, but then for
so
the
that's two
so
so
now
part of the 16 megawatt.
na how you call them? Now two ship then count.
Yeah.
Then put one akisi. You don't get to that mean. Another part of that because car power first.
So
Listen,
it's not big user now. That power
another part
I don't add to that 16% already.
Another part. Car power they supply
They
first.
only get light from Guinea.
Another part of all land. Then when they talk about the thing them when a bulk power when a we own. Now
Okay.
make mention.
All right, okay.
You don't get what I mean. Another part of now them bring car power. When them bring that to them bring now emergency power. Then we can rely on emergency. If they talk about energy sovereignty, energy independence, what President Bio wants. Car power not for even there because it's costly on the people. But at the end of the day, we have to build solutions. Them all go rely on. We go be we own. We're dependable. We're sustainable before you allow car power for go. And that is what we are doing. And that is why we feel say the country people for now say this is what to do. Alex, let me tell you one thing. Alex, I want to honorable know one thing today. Honorable, today you sit down here. Then can give $300 billion. $300 billion. You're not able to light salon in 1 year. Because you know why? You get for build infrastructure. Then give the 300 billion. Well, look at give lights to people. It's not possible in 1 year, 2 years. It's not I'm not gonna say now what the money know that you get for go fena. Challenges are numerous. You still get people that will not pay light bill in this country. When they bypass systems, the money where for pay car power, they're not they pay. Whether for money for pay IPPs, they're not they pay. So we are putting structures in place. That's why we brought smart systems in place, smart meters. All that in our infrastructures, the more we get for bill. If you go tamper with meter, the head offices, the outside the substations, and they then go no say you don't tamper with meter. All these are systems that we're in place. Now the thing is where they say, Alex, I'll go back to the question. Say, if we be me to border, they don't put all the systems in place. Alex, waiting today where they say now the templates where the money are left for. Waiting today with the build on. So it's the template to them. When they make certain roads, not to the road and they with the worker. Not to them to carry they go, not to them what they use for go campaign. Some of the roads them want to make. But we came here, we inherited a system that was appalling. That was why you people we are voted out. It was on that mandate people we have voted you out. Let me come to education thing we talk. You know why I make picking and pay exams, then take exams when they go to university now because of the surge. Picking them past the university is not able to accept them. So they were looking for the best to best. That's why they were conducting exams, not as a result of poor government policies. Let me make mention that during when I tell you when they talk about say why teacher them be strike boku under APC. APC was known for ghost teachers. When a minister of education will be there, I saw them they call a ghost minister. He looked for ghost teachers, then hey, commodity. Yeah. So if you're taking a look, let's look at the records here, my brother. The NPSC 2025 results, now 78% pass rate. That is a reality. Total candidates and waste seat exam number 171. That is an achievement comparatively to Unayon term. University of Sierra Leone, this one way pass number now over 5,000 students then graduate from university. With all the subsidies where you say will not they pay. Comparatively to Unayon term, it was less than 3,000 we graduate. So it don't double. It was around 2,000. Yeah? Basic Becker pass rate around 90%. Yeah? Improvement in education outcomes have shown consistency increase in pass rate for NPSC Becker and Wasker in recent years. Gender parity, more girl picking and now they pass exams, pass boy picking them. Honorable, these are the impacts I want us to look at. Now they affect the common man. I know they tell you say our education system is perfect. Another tell you say nothing not the one we need for do. We still need for improve. We need for build more classrooms. We need for build more schools. We need for train more teachers. We need for increase teachers and salaries. We need for increase subsidies. We know all this. We hope say we go able to do am, we get the money for do am. We know all this. But at the end of the day, you cannot write out our progress or don't make over the 7 years. You cannot call it something that is not significant.
So let we move to, with all these challenges, with all these power plants within the bill, with all this renewable energy way on a government they bring, what are the expectation for 2026?
Year of action.
Under
Year
the
of action,
president bill?
Alex. Year of action. Because all them projects there, then get timeline.
Okay.
So President Bio believes say by 2026.
So before I come to the action, waiting give the president the confidence to believe say 2026 na year of action.
Yeah, because what presidents they do monitoring, not also. You so this is so
you already say when I've done the work, so I just want to pay in line with dynamic as a question.
So that's why they say the president. This is the reason why president travels a lot, because he wants to get first-hand information on every project where they can in this country. So he's aware. So some of them projects are where they see so Alex. They take time for letting kick in, for let you get the funds. After they approve the funds, they come on a visibility study. It has to take time after the visibility study. They come on the ground implementation, take time before delivery come. So president don't time all anything in day. We know say this 2026 electricity by the end of 2026, electricity get for the thing of the past in this country. We not go say 100% all side go get light too. But Freetown City first, they get for the thing of the past. Boku rural communities, them will lights not ever reach, light will reach by 2026. And guess what? The price for let people then pay for them lights bill and they go calm down. People will begin feel them. And then they make president say it's a year of action. 2026, the way the race price don't begin calm down so. With production, until at 8%. By 2026, if you look at how feed salon get for day, they get for boom. Why boom 2026? Rice price get for calm down more. Yeah? Egg price get for calm down more. Yabas price get for calm down more. And guess what's in the happen? The people they feel them. So now I make president say 2026 na year of action. We project them all on outline. What they say? What something that happen? What picking the better? They don't say the better, Alex. Not also, you will see how they pass the exam at school, you will see how it's serious, how they study. You will not say no more. Now this. So by God in power, because it's always they do God back, now they put in power. By God in power. That is why we need everybody. We need the media. The media not for only focus on the negatives of the government. The media also for focus on waiting.
Although December the president said the media na in party there now. But never be friend to the media.
So even with brother the way the parliament, where they also, you don't get what I mean. We want to let them change their messaging. Because 2028, the people of this country are going to vote. How many towns have been electrified? If Kabbalah then get lights, then go vote for light. If Moyamba get lights, then go vote for light. Them and me, then when they pay school fee for them, picking them where they go school, when they pay exam fee, bucket fee for them, then go vote. Them belle woman and where they go give baths, now them hospitals them, where not they die, then go vote. Them farmers them, where they give seeds to, where they empower for let them get into machinery farming, then go vote. So that is why I want our brothers to change their message. Because people are tired with this APC, SLPP, you this, you that. People want to see tangibles. People want to see their lives being changed. People want to see realities. And then realities and they campaign on. Now then realities and then Naime could say it is a year of action. The trajectory at which this country is going, we don't want any detour.
Honorable, according to Mike, because President just like what they said by the woman, because President don't say by 2026 is what they so now to the middle to the end, but good thing don't happen. Make you believe say this year na year of action.
Are you not optimistic?
Let make one correction. Mike try for paint a situation, say APC they go after ghost teachers, and so Mike, this is it. Sometimes I say, nah, you interaction with governance whilst APC was in power. be so limited that some of the things that will be happening in governance, you are not privy to them. That is not in any way, it's not an insult, it's the reality. So when you talk about teachers' recruitment, when APC be the recruit teachers, because of that factor I don't you say, you get more teachers who are not on the payroll, but who are dedicated teachers in those schools. So when they recruit teacher, because they check whether they recruit, or if they recruit now boys' school, for example, the teacher don't take leave for more than 1-2 years now they recruit. Whether they recruit and they pay them a backlog of whole year.
So even if you're not qualified?
No, you cannot recruit a teacher that was not qualified. In terms of recruitment of qualified teacher, there's no minister in this country we don't do them better than Bar.
But I don't know but who you teachers or trained
qualified? This is what I am still telling you.
Okay.
Even when you talk about 34,000 teachers being in the schools, the way government not the recruit. Say for example, I get a school in my village in Abamoy. I need a government teacher. Government has not recruit somebody who's qualified. I can take somebody, most of the proprietors them, take somebody we just don't see to us for can teach government. That teacher, we do a school survey, is untrained and unqualified, but not Indian at the school. That number of untrained and unqualified teachers in terms of percentage has not changed because government is still unable to employ every teacher in the classroom. That is one. Secondly, you also talk about there were ghost teachers, not accurate. In 2024, this audit report was also, it shows that the Ministry of Agriculture would pay people in salary. We're not even show up at the various post step. It's not my own. This is a government document.
We're talking about
education here. No, we're talking about ghost workers.
Ghost teachers.
No, ghost teachers are government workers. You go again at the Ministry of Health. You get people where they don't get study leave, where they don't study done, who not ever report to them posting it as they talk. You understand? Where they collect huge amounts of money from government. These are ghost workers. So if you have a government, at the time, again, you have to understand this. And this is why Dr. Babi come with paying teachers to the accounts. Yeah? When they pay teachers them na table, some man they can't teach. He gets an agreement with him principal. You understand? You never had an idea of what was going on at that time. But that was the system. Again, I also tell Mike, say, when it comes to the reality of energy, say they don't add nothing to the grid. And it just don't answer me, say yes, they have not added anything. Because what they talk about is all the projects they call, they're still there on the pipeline, they've not been added to the grid. Now you see the deception way politicians always scout to the people. If you've not added anything to the grid, how you add the number from 16% where you create to now 33%? Because when you take Western area, for example, this is where for Mike, you also need time to talk about the car powership. During we own regime, we had constraints in the drying seasons when the Bumbuna they go down. So the Bumbuna way it come up where it fully optimizes 80 megawatts. When in the dries, it goes into 10 megawatts. So because there were that we put on the Agreko na Black Road, we put on the Kinton Power Station. We not only stop there. We talk about the one within Makot. They don't put on so now. The solar farm we talk about now 4 miles Songo. Mike, you might have not known this. Everything was done before you came. You abandoned it until you turn that crack panam where the system go off. As you did make more to answer, I know they don't know. The one that Lungi we talk about, as recently as not just 1 month ago, Mike, that agreement was signed at Parliament. We talk about now for Lungi, so that's 10 megawatts. Sadly, the investors have not come because there is still a conflict between the investors already in line with Andy. Now me, Honorable Abdul Kagbo, and Speaker of Parliament able to mediate between the investors and follow the project not well. And you talk about them as being part of the success of government in 2026 when the investors and seven will come together or even kickstart the project. Mike, you also talk about say solar is the way. So Mike, I am not just a member of Parliament. I am a solar businessman. I'll tell you this.
So why do you do solar business?
Why do you do solar business?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
No, because if you say solar is not the way, if you don't think, why are you doing it?
And that's what I want to teach you now. We all they use solar then now we use. During the rains, you know they get optimized currents. So this is where we stand to benefit as a country. And this is where some of we talk, we give live opportunity for the government to understand both sides. We have good sun rays during the dries. Then you get good pour of rain. So when Mike they look at me and say the Bumuna the hydro power system is an old fashioned. But even the one way they contribute into the CLS you all they buy in as alone, they are using hydro. So if we get a good rays of sun during the dries and we get a good pour of rains during the rain season, what gives us a better opportunity as a nation? We have both. But Mike, let me educate you again today more about the Bumuna Phase 2. And I encourage you go look for the documents and read them. The Bumuna Phase 2 project, throughout the year, you understand? Some of the things are within at the package we might not ever read. I don't read them. And in fact,
so why you feel say I never read them?
No, you never read them.
So you see, this is the thing.
No, let me
just say you don't know if I don't read them.
No. Okay.
You don't know what I read. So
Mike,
I know anybody
who don't read the Bumuna Phase 2 project and in full and entirety, you understand, and see what's in the package. Let me say this, yeah. The Bumuna Phase 2 at the start of the project, the first 6 months of the project, they optimize the current Bumuna Phase 2 from 80 megawatts to a complete 120 megawatts. And the Bumuna Phase 2, we make us say not read them because they talk about when the water go down. In the Bumuna Phase 2, one of the biggest parts of them, now the Ibem Dam. Within the Ibem Dam, they say we hydro capacity. You understand? We then increase that to 300. It doable in Sierra Leone, but one of the challenges we get, we need to get water storage. So part of the Bumuna Phase 2 is building a big dam of water storage where they make dry or raining season, where they get the complete 300 megawatts we're supposed to get. And this was to be done in 2 years. Again, in that Bumuna Phase 2, you relocate 44 communities where they build new homes for. In fact, the entire Kuranko band from Tonkolili to Fadugu, all them villages, because when you build a big dam up, it means say for safety in case anything happens to the dam, then plenty for being relocated. It's in the package of the Bumuna Phase 2 project. So when Mike they say, they abandon that because it's not sustainable during the dries, no, Mike. It was going to have a dam where they give you complete capacity, dry or rain. And guess what?
Honorable, you are confusing something. I really don't know if you. I know I want to choose my word in honorable man, but you look like confused, waiting agreed. You really confused there.
Okay, they don't give the answer now.
No, it's not about answer. It's not about answer. You know, it's not. It's you. You really did. No. Listen, you really did confused.
I be just one land, and I give.
Because when they talk about greed, you really did confused. Sometimes I don't know if you don't understand what they say, or are you just confused? When they talk about greed, add to the greed. Greed and just network. So transmission.
So exactly.
So when you say sometimes they look at greed, they just look at Bumbuna.
No,
so it's not. It's okay. It's now, not. I said, now I say something.
Okay.
So now they say when you talk about greed, even all them solar systems there, then solar projects and their IPPs there, where they see so. That's why we call them mini grids. Okay. These are all grids where they add to.
Okay.
Waiting and say we to the national grid.
Because I will also ask on you. As of the agreement we signed in 2025 with Kappa, now for 45 megawatts, 25 for the dry season, and I think 5 to 6 megawatts for the rainy season.
Okay.
So I'll just take the 25 now. You know, if you add the 25 to the 16, no more so we don't meet.
Okay. So what they talk about is this, yeah? Mm-hmm. There is no time. Actually, the component of the car powership was meant because when you do the expansion of the Bumuna Phase 2 project, you are going to shut down the Bumuna, the current Bumuna, because you have to optimize them. That was why when you talk about the two car powerships of the Bicauda at that time, and for able to optimize and keep the city alive before, after election, because that project was signed to now December of 2017 and they had in the parliament. Again, when you talk about every serious government in Sierra Leone, for you to understand, say, when you sign the a cap partnership and the dries, in the rains, we get the Bumbuna is optimized. The only fear I get, because in the 2024 audit report, all money them for use for take care of the dam, the current Bumbuna dam, in case stick for them boats and they paid for look at the area where they not damage the dam. All the money they do government for give, nothing was given. The management, the Bumbuna hydro management will be in place. The board no meet for almost 4 years now. So it means we are also even at risk with the current Bumbuna. But when are they talking about
the Bumbuna thing, Honorable, it's not just focused on disbursement of funds. Right now, as I tell you, there is even a World Bank fund that has already been allocated. I will say allocated. You know, but that's coming for the phase 2. You get me? Waiting the phase 2, Bumbuna phase 2. Waiting they affect Bumbuna and deforestation, like climate change, the mining, where they are there. So if you look, the reason why solar grids are very, very important, without me mentioning the cost of it, how safe they are green energy, how sustainable their maintenance and all that is cheaper. It's also what dry season come also. You find out a Bumbuna they go down to something, even something 8, 12.
No,
you
10, the list.
When I average at the key, you get to 10. So
it
not mean saying that than a rain. So it can possible say you go 15, it can possible say 10, it can possible say 8. So you're not static saying that. But I mean,
no, the worst.
So they go down 10 to 10. Whether they know they even something around that area, they know more lights go there. Whether they know they even able to reach out to Freetown. So my point I'm raising, Honorable, I am saying we are aware of these challenges.
And that's why we should be talking solutions.
I'm coming. We are aware of this challenge, but you don't want to identify and appreciate our solutions. Even when
Mike, I've not seen one.
No, so you're not saying what is happening.
Where?
I just make mention of the Scatec project. I make mention of the Respite project. I make mention of the Nant Energy project. I make mention of the mini grids around. You are not seeing them.
Okay.
You tell me, you know,
Mike,
we don't understand.
Mike. Let's have it this way. And let's let you understand me. In 7 good years, all the problem that we discussed around the energy sector.
Mm-hmm.
I remember was when we did do the approval of the Minister of Energy. Was it the Minister 2? And I said this, countries we don't grow in addressing energy and water.
Mm-hmm.
Now countries where government involve key private sectors.
And that's what we're doing. That's why we have IPPs.
Wait, Mike, wait.
We have independent players a lot. That's why we have IPPs.
Mike, I want to talk.
That's how you sell. You sell. I don't know if you sell solar.
I want to talk. No, me also solar.
No, but you said you do solar business.
Of course.
So that is tax free. You never pay tax for. We don't pay tax.
I don't pay tax all these years, and that's not doing business. No, please allow me for give some solutions to this. I've traveled to South Africa on a conference. I happen to be the chairman of Water Resources. When we travel, one of the things we market with the then DG of Goma was the rainfall opportunity and the water availability during the dries, the rains. Up to February of we still get huge drop of water from the hills. So after we don't market down, most of the players will talk to say, your problem is storage and distribution. We're able to identify that. But, Mike, the current trend of this, we buy from the IPPs electricity, ETSA sell, and collect the money. We deliver need 200 years when they solve the problem of energy. That's you how. If you go to other countries within just the sub-region and Southern Africa, East Africa, they depend on one grid, you understand, for take care of the entire big space like this city. Mike, if you get a company when a Sierra Leonean own, will it take Lumley?
But that's what we're doing. You know about the 25 megawatts.
Let me land. If we segment,
that's what we're doing.
And ETSA was not meant to sell to the people or buy. ETSA in information was going to be a regulating agency. Get local or international players in Modicam. On what we need for pay attention to us Sierra Leoneans, as leaders, and the availability. Now we've expanded the network, bring in players, we will call generation. You understand? Rather than going for all these big loans, we will still become a burden. Our debt burden, Mike.
And that is, if you look at your energy strategy, if we
our debt burden per GDP it's so huge that
you're going all over the place, Honorable.
No, I am connecting. I am connecting the dots. Why we not for going to any?
I want to make the conversation contextual, please, because where you hover.
I know say it is strange for understand, but please pay attention to me.
With what Mike don't see, and with what you said don't see, the government they do. If it's 2020, will be your faction.
Okay, let's say something very funny. By 2024, you understand? To date, every other year after 2023, we don't get drastic reduction in budgetary allocations for all ministries, agencies, and departments. Let's just land on this.
Answer the
question.
The
only person we don't get an increment in terms of allocation are the president and the chief minister. Every other sector, including education, health, have been reduced. So if I expect anything new in 2026, I'd expect the president to fly more because he has a bigger portfolio now compared to 2023 with the fly. No, there is not. Government does not run.
You've been pessimistic.
Government, no, I am because
that's
I am Mike. Wait. No, it is not.
It is.
Mike, you they talk. What you do this now? You say we depend on God. You understand?
Yeah.
Yes, in as much as I am a Christian and I believe in God, but the reality of our disbursements, you understand, into key sectors, for example, you understand, not reflect any. We don't. In fact, we don't have any programmatic. Realistic budget. Just imagine. Do you know also that the whole of last year we not give no grants to local councils, and how? In fact, the last year budget to local council was higher than this year's budget. So if last year we get high budget, we never give councils. Now don't reduce the council budget, and the council is the key service delivery. At the local level.
It is very evident, Alex, that since we can't have power, we've not been retrogressing. At every MDA, every ministry, every department and agency or MDA, if I can put them in quote, if we look at everything so they do, we've been improving. The way education be day 2020 not also the 2021, not also the 2022, not also the 2023. The way electricity be the 2021, not also the 2022, not also the 2025. So all waiting, Honorable, the highlights here. Honorable, we have the challenges. These are challenges. Subsidies you make mention, workers in IR, workers. It also has to do with attitude of Sierra Leoneans. Yeah.
From 2023.
Mm-hmm.
What's in the accountant can say the country already depreciate.
But you never say depreciate. If the country depreciates, I don't bring realities. They still they argue them.
Mike.
So let me come. No, Honorable, let me make a point. Honorable, you interrupting.
No, sorry, sir.
Alex,
when you go to NRE,
you're the timekeeper.
NRE, for example,
the
last 3 years.
You are interrupting.
Okay, sorry.
You're interrupting. If we take a look at even to NRE, let piggyback on what you look at revenue generation. It improve every year, even though we not meet the target we want. Because I think we wanted about 18 billion. The first quarter will make about, 7 to 8 billion. We not meet the. But you know what tell me say? Revenue generation will be the 2024 and the same at 2025. So there are tremendous challenges.
So you believe every year.
This is where I wanted to help you.
So no, come. You don't help me. Don't help me. No. So listen. So my point here, my argument here, as always, Alex, if you reflect on every time I come and sit on your show, I always tell you, say, we have challenges. I know they can't tell you now, I say, healthcare system 100% perfect. Honorable. Now injustice to the people of this country. I know we can't tell you, say, education now imperfect. We get hybrid boards, them teachers, them. No. But what's in they tell you? We are making progress. Every year, we target them all set. We are making progress.
So you believe
and then progress and then what they make. then progress than they were. They made the trajectory at which this country is moving are the best trajectory that's the economic recovery of this country. So comparative analysis, bro, if you take a look at them from years back, 7 years back, roll the years back, 7 years back, 2017, owner left power. You look at agriculture, you look at tourism, you look at education, you look at mines. Every sector, you look at them, if we come to a sectoral debate here, we've surpassed you guys. We don't double the things they will say what they do. Yes, challenges are numerous. They are there. Now, I'm coming. Hold on. They're not important. No. They're not relevant to our conversation. Yeah, security is a one cent money. One cent sniper.
I just want to participate. I asked the question.
So my point.
Alex, don't help you for understanding. What? And this is where I still say your interaction with governance maybe started from the day you were appointed.
No, that's not true.
But again,
there's a reason behind there's a reason behind my appointment.
You failed for realize, say, after the war in 2001, 2002, 2007, which you call say on an inherit on a failed system was never in place. Yeah. Again, which you inherit in 2018, majority of them was in the 20s.
Was Sierra Leone not the most corrupt country on earth during our term, our government?
Okay.
From the indices, from the corruption indexes, the More Index Foundation report, the Transparency International report, from the MCC report.
You don't know?
No, wait, I asked you a question. Was corruption not Sierra Leone was not the most corrupt country on this earth?
You're asking
that is not the case anymore today.
My class it is.
Was Sierra Leone not the place?
Now, one of the things is we no one talk. Because it brings the shame to this nation, what we call Sierra Leone.
Okay.
For the first time in the history of Sierra Leone, President Bio has been the only president in the world who they accused of forging receipts. No, wait. Secondly,
you are bringing 3 years.
Yes. No, not to fail appears at the brink.
Forging receipt. How wait. You see,
wait,
Alex,
Mike, wait. Allow me.
You know,
Mike. You make your allegations. You make indications.
No.
You make you.
Certain things. No, they don't even say it.
Mike. No, not to me. It's an audit report.
So listen now.
And let also make this clear for you. Even the inquiry they form against lab Peers did not refute the fact that the receipts were fake.
So wait.
You mean
a whole president? You mean a whole president office? A president office? Who's the ceremonial head of this country? Who's the vault controller of this country? If he wants to be corrupt, if he wants to use money, he can use money that cannot be betrayed. The person who has the vote control of this country.
It can so low.
Like, listen to me. Then you feel say a president will come so low that user for let them produce a fake receipt. And so these are the inconsistencies in the report where probably affect peers.
Let me land. Mike.
Because
Mike,
no.
We have there are conversations between the Auditor General's office and the hotels where they measure. And the hotels, all 3 hotels and deny say the receipts the way then present to the Auditor General were never theirs. Mike, allow me for deal with this issue once and for all.
The thing is
for 3 good years, you guys are bailing the resources of this country to NRA, where they make the country they get money. Is that not corruption?
But we pay teachers' salaries on time, we pay everybody's salaries on time, things are improving, building bridges, building hospitals.
When it comes to corruption, and the office of the president is so glaring.
No.
For the first time in the history of Sierra Leone again,
corruption not fancy anymore.
The office of the first lady is also brought in for corruption.
So let me ask you a question.
So it is the first family at the highest prime of corruption.
Let me ask you a question.
Mike, don't talk about corruption.
So you want to say the MCC report. You want to say
Mike, I don't talk about other reports.
No, but I'm talking about reference.
I am talking about what is at hand. I am saying, Mike, listen to me well.
If you say so, as corruption improved or not?
For the first time in the history of Sierra Leone, what I will tell you is the office of the First Lady and the office of the President, the highest office of the land, was accused of cheap corruption.
Okay, let me ask you an honorable question.
Just like that, Mao go tip
Okay.
cheap cheap.
Okay, let me ask
So
you.
that tip again happen at State House. Wake out.
Let me ask you.
Not cheap.
Let me ask you a question.
I know what answer you.
Wait,
Don't tell anybody.
No, this man, I want let me brother know.
Mike.
Has corruption improved?
Huh?
Has corruption improved in Sierra Leone?
Yes, it don't improve.
Thank you.
Because the president,
Thank you.
You know when they talk about improve,
Thank
it
you.
don't worsen.
No.
That's improvement. Come on, I ask him them. It don't improve because even the office of the president now involved in the
What are the
corruption.
conversation?
Can you ask me? The fight against corruption. The fight against corruption improve.
Okay, the fight against corruption, the fight against the opposition, be improved. The fight against corruption
honorable
in
getting
Sierra Leone now, it don't decline. It only decline. Waiting the ACCB they use as textbook for corruption, now the audit report.
Right,
so then nobody talks about it anymore.
So the round
From what this book accused the president of corruption, and they all think die.
Development under the bio-led government in 5 seconds to improve.
It has improved greatly and it will continue to improve.
Honorable, development under the bio-led government generally they improve.
And not improve, and you're not going for improve because you don't improve when they budget the allocations. Let's tell you two things so they affect your
So this
economy
man
right now.
talk Boku.
Let me just land. 5 seconds I can. One, because they don't increase the debt they will get. What will they collect as a country is what we used to service those debts. So now I make you watch. President Biona, the only president on record, we don't make no road now the north, no road now western area for 7 good years.
All right. So when now we tap for this net, we tap not still okay. You want
7 good years. Show me why would the president Biona make Nafrito? 7 good years.
Color to my roots.
No, show me one.
Now, well, we'll get another. opportunity.
Come on, I'm talking about new road. Show me one road where President Biona make. No, when it comes to
this one,
you're still talking about you can't complete them. Show me one road where President Biona start and finish.
Okay, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. Don't tell you, say.
Show me one.
Listen,
The entire
you are
north. No,
interrupting.
wait, I am asking a
Let
question
me ask you a
now.
question.
The entire north
Our
and western
development-
area.
our
You understand?
development-
Not
our
west.
development in
Show
this
me
country-
one road.
Our
where President
development,
Biona
I
make.
just make mention
Come
of the
on
road.
now.
The Kisi bypass road.
Yeah,
Now we
come
don't
on.
commission.
It's not on a computer.
Now we for don't do them.
Now on a
Right?
computer.
It's start Pakaba in 10. Now we done them.
Oh no.
Now we done them.
You're proud of
It's
Pakaba.
start Pakaba in 10. Now
You're
we done
proud of
them.
Pakaba.
And we are taking our development to the rural communities. This is where the
Show
people
me.
care.
Show
Yeah,
me.
that's why we are
Show
building
me.
bridges.
Show
We're
me.
making roads in the rural
The
community.
north and
Freetown is not
northwest.
Sierra Leone.
I agree. The
Yeah,
north and-
Freetown
no,
is
no,
not Sierra Leone. Honorable.
Asabi,
Freetown is not Sierra Leone. So I just want to let you understand. Listen. But would I get pressure? So I just want to let you understand. So Freetown is not Sierra Leone. Honorable. No,
agreed.
Right? You make mention say government is continuity. Now you talk about continuity.
It's not
Now
Sierra Leone.
you
It's northwest, not Sierra
Right.
Leone.
But I'm not
Show me
Sierra Leone,
road.
right?
Show me road.
I just make mention.
Now the northwest or western
Government,
area.
I just make mention. Let me repeat it again. Don't interrupt. I just tell you, say the hill bypass road. Now we done them.
Now,
Not on a start time. Now
I'm talking about what Western Biona started and completed.
Yeah, but it no matter. If you
Even
don't
the
come,
Bome Road, even the Bome
at the
Road,
end of the
President
day,
Biona,
governments are
inside 1 month
continuity.
in Puel.
If you can't meet and they build something, you don't go done that.
President,
Why would I not done that during
Service
that time?
Street Bridge.
Why would I not done that during that time?
Anyways,
When you can't power, we are 11 years. Why you not on the hill bypass road?
Mike, no
The
vex.
funds we are available.
No vex.
You not
Calm
done that. Now we
calm
done
down.
that.
Mike,
Bible.
the entire northwest where I come out.
No, now we done that.
The entire north
Alright.
and western area. President Biona starts no roadway complete.
Honorable.
Well,
Honorable.
I
at
don't
least
see
we
the
have built
need.
classrooms. We don't improve the health sector.
I don't tell Mike
And I get
many
like-
times. List decide on build classrooms.
Next year they come, we go.
Mike, you not build classrooms.
Next
The
time.
entire constituency.
Every time they have, I don't tell you all. I know will tell you all the 1,500 classrooms.
Show me.
But would I will tell you say we not build classrooms?
Who side?
A government school.
Who
So
side?
what they tell you, boy? Classrooms.
Okay. We have another time for a debate.
Another time.
We-
Call
we-
me and let's
we
talk
will
about
come.
it.
I have built more classrooms in Cambia than government.
We go come
Nah,
we
big
will
talk.
come and continue the discussion. I want to say plenty thank you to you, Myk Brewa, the Director of Communication at State House, and Honorable Abdul Karim Kamara. For say plenty thank you to now. Plenty thank you to you, Sao Kuroma. We don't give you support with technicality. We don't be Alex Lawrence Kuroma. They say get to have a blessed night. And next week again, we'll go there and continue with the discussion. Plenty thank you to me guests them, and plenty thank you for the viewer them. We don't watch the program. Never mind, not gonna allow we go, but we just forgo, and we'll come back again some other time again, and we'll continue with discussion. Until then, una get una have a blessed night.